Well, all right, it's just a movie and you can't win them all, but Revolution has an added importance in that it's one of 3 films that are crucial to the future of the British production company Goldcrest, the others being the David Putnam Roland Joffe picture The Mission and Absolute Beginners. Revolution has already proved a box office flop in America, which caused gloomy speculation last week that Goldcrest was on the brink of collapse. However, at a board meeting on Thursday, the principal shareholders promised continued support, which makes the future look at least a little brighter. But with 1 down and 2 to go, the next film out of the Goldcrest trap is Absolute Beginners, which isn't due to be released until Easter. Film 86, however, had a sneak preview when last summer we went along to Shepperton Studios, where director Julian Temple had recreated London's Soho.
I will tell the whole truth, then others will continue what I have begun. I'm like Zola.
He's just too much on edge, isn't he?
Yeah, he also didn't do
He's got to stay tight to the door.
We're shooting a thing set in a cafe called The Last Days of Pompeii, one of those crazy cappuccino theme cafes that sprang up all over the place in the late 50s. It's a kind of beatnik hangout, and it's where the main character has arranged to meet his girl after she's come back from Paris. It's a love story where a guy who has everything, he's one of the first teenagers in Britain, it's a perfect summer, he's in love, and suddenly it all goes wrong when his girl eventually marries an aging Hardy Amies type fashion designer, and this is unbelievable to him. And he has to try and compete on her terms and sell out all his kind of principles, and then he blows it.
You have obviously cast 2 fairly unknown, certainly in Eddie's case. And,
They're both unknowns, really.
Both unknowns. Risky?
Well, I think, again, yeah, it is probably risky, but it's exactly what the movie needs. The Absolute Beginner in the book has no name, has no identity, and I, in the end, was very keen to bring a completely fresh, clean slate of an actor to the part, so that you didn't bring any baggage of him being in a pop group or him having been in another movie. It was very important to find someone good enough, which is difficult.
And Patsy?
Well, Patsy kind of cast herself, really, because she's a very good singer and a very good dancer. Although she's unknown as a movie actress, she's been in lots of plays, and she's just so experienced and a very, very good all-round person to have in a musical.
Did you ever go to see musicals?
No, I mean, I always saw the ones on Saturday afternoon, the Gene Kellys and everything. But you see, the brilliant thing about this is that they've got, like the rock idols, like we've got David Bowie and Ray Davies and all these people in it.
The issues that are important about the 50s and about this time, the airness, the first time that teenagers were around, this whole thing, is the music is a very important aspect of it, Clothes, the colour, everything about that. And musicals, I think, that's all highlighted very strongly in musicals.
There was nothing like it. There is nothing like it. It's a unique project, and Palace has a reputation for buying unique films and going for the biggest risk. This is the biggest risk of all time, in terms of, in my opinion, in terms of British cinema, because it isn't a film that's starring Robert De Niro or Al Pacino or any American stars. We have James Fox, David Bowie, and it's a British musical.
Oh, I think everything about filmmaking should be a risk. That's why it's different from television. That's what I think charges you up when you do it. Musicals haven't done well because they haven't been in step with the time. They were the most popular form of movies in the late 40s and 50s because they were being made about themes and subjects that actually concerned the movie-going audience. Annie or Hello, Dolly didn't quite do that, I don't think. And I hope that this film, certainly in Britain, catches the pulse of what people want to see.
Now, of course, to succeed financially, this film has got to be successful in the States. What is its appeal for an American audience?
Well, the same appeal that the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Duran Duran and Culture Club had. You see, the market has developed in a way that we can pull kids in if the soundtrack appeals to them. Now, the film is, we have Sade, who's very big in the States now, David Bowie, Ray Davies, Costello, Weller. I mean, we have 22 tracks on the film by people who are mainly known in America. So I think that will initially sell it to them. And as I say, I think that when we actually get the bums on the seats, that they will be amused, entertained, and the film will be a whole lot of fun.
And this film is very much designed to get to young kids and get them back into the cinema. It's like very uncompromisingly a movie, and we shot it in the widest, least television-like format possible, which is scope. And I hope it just blows away all the cobwebs of people being used to seeing their own environment in this silly little goggle box frame, and show it as a kind of epic sweep that it deserves.
Well, I haven't seen Absolute Beginners yet, but a great deal is resting on its success or otherwise.